Hello. Hi. I'm sitting on the floor because sitting on the floor is so underrated, and no one's home right now, so I'm gonna rant about why I am sad and mad and angry at the animation world. Ever since the start of freshman year, I knew I wanted to be an animator. I was inspired by videos of people flipping through CalArt sketchbooks, and that I would get sad and mad and angry that I wasn't that good. I remember this one time I was so overwhelmed I had to lay down on the floor and look at the ceiling for an hour to catch my breath. So I practiced and practiced and practiced drawing. I practiced every day, and I love studying art. It was cool to see myself get better at art, whoa, the practicing thing actually works. And working in animation is the dream job right now, and I'm not applying to art schools for animation anymore. Oh shit, did I give up on my dream? The dream was animation. I'm applying to schools to major in nursing, which is not animation, and it kind of looks like I gave up on my dream. And phrases keep circling around in my head. I want to slap those motivational posters. They lie. Because real life isn't like that. Follow your dreams? It makes me feel melancholy. I should blindly do whatever might be following my dream and never look back. And for someone who always defined herself as an art kid and is interested in working in animation, what I'm being told to do is to go to college for animation and worry about getting a job later. But so many people are doing this. And from my research, so many people are not getting jobs. And that's why I'm terrified. Disclaimer, I do not work in animation. I am a child. But I have talked to people who are going to college for animation, applying to animation schools. I've done a lot of research as to people who are currently looking for jobs in the animation industry. And here's what I think is going on. Right now, corporate greed and corporate decisions are hugely affecting the little guy that's just starting out in the animation industry, in addition to people that once had secure jobs in the animation industry too. I have evidence to back this up. Animation is in a rough place. Many company executives won't go out and blatantly say their game plan for right now, but actions speak louder than words. With all the remakes and sequels coming out, it's clear that the people in charge are playing it safe. In fact, some company executives will go out and blatantly say it. Brian Robbins of Paramount Studios has stated in an interview with Variety, "We're not going to release an expensive, original animated movie and just pray people will come. It's not about Disney and Pixar anymore," he says, noting that recent Disney films like Elemental and Lightyear have stumbled at the box office. People are looking for animated movies that are irreverent and have a comedic point of view. Okay, Brian, let's just sit down for a second and look at the movies that you guys have made. The SpongeBob movie, Sherlock Gnomes, Wonder Park. Brian, let's be real, you guys were always kind of playing it safe at Paramount Studios over there. These movies didn't exactly push the boundaries of animation, and while I definitely respect everyone who worked on them, it's clear that you were already playing it safe, Brian. As a fan of animation, I would actually argue that the issue is you're playing it too safe. And now you're pulling up and saying that the issue is you didn't play it safe enough, Brian? But yeah, right now animated films are either doing really well, like the relatively new Spider-Verse franchise, Encanto, or really poorly right now, like the examples that Robbins gave. And executives are taking note of this. There is no Disney animation renaissance right now. There is no guarantee that movies and shows will do good. And risk makes executives not greenlight projects that introduce something new. In addition to not creating more projects, original projects that were once greenlit are also getting shelved, and reboots and remakes haphazardly fill in the hole that the animation industry left by removing new ideas. All in all, fewer and fewer animated projects that aren't a sequel or are an original idea aren't getting greenlit, and original projects that were already in the game, such as Infinity Train, The Owl House, Inside Job, are being cut short. Another major aspect to the animation scene right now is streaming. Over the last few years, during the streaming boom, major players in the streaming industry stockpiled content, including a lot of animated content. Now they're realizing that they don't need it all. According to Women in Animation president Marge Dean, the explosion of production was so disproportionately large that there was no way that it wouldn't crash. Just last year, HBO Max randomly removed 37 titles, 25 of them animated titles, from its service. As the creator of Summer Camp Island, one of the shows that was removed, put it, "We worked for 5 years to make 100 episodes of animation. We worked late into the night, we let ourselves go, we were a family of hardworking artists who wanted to make something beautiful, and HBO Max just pulled them all like they were nothing." So now we're seeing DreamWorks layoff, Paramount layoff, another DreamWorks layoff, Pixar layoff, including the director of Lightyear, the lady that single-handedly saved Toy Story 2's files from being destroyed. Cartoon Brew, the website, made a 2023 animation industry layoff tracker. So that's fun! So many people in the animation industry are without jobs. Even though animation was already a competitive industry, it's become hyper-mega competitive in the most recent months due to fewer and fewer jobs being available. But the thing is, I don't think this is stopping students from going to college for animation. I attended the Ringling pre-college program last summer. It's like baby art school. You get to go to campus for a month and experience a slightly more laid-back version of what it's really like to go to college for art. And we got to pick electives. We got into electives on first-come, first-served basis. Even though I opted in super early to the 2D animation elective, I didn't get into it. I'm not salty. I had a great time in visual development. All I'm saying is that a lot of people want to do animation. Also, in art school, you tend to apply to programs. So if you apply to the illustration program, you can't just randomly switch over to the film program sort of thing. The animation program acceptance rates are way, way lower in a lot of schools. I know that at Ringling, I talked to an admissions counselor and she told me that the acceptance rate for computer animation was something around 13%, when the overall school acceptance rate was like 60%. And this is all based on how many people are applying to the major. A larger percentage of people applying for a set amount of slots just naturally means that there's going to be a smaller acceptance rate. Animation as a major is in very high demand, likely due to the incredible animation that we've gotten over the last few years and social media exposing people to jobs that they actually want to do. And unfortunately, I don't think the industry is ready to accommodate people graduating from college, and even people with strong footholds in the industry right now. I'm not saying that the animation industry is doomed forever. I was just wondering if anyone else out there is maybe feeling a similar way about this. Like, I really want to do animation, I'm really passionate about it, but just fear that the job market won't be able to accommodate you because it's not even able to accommodate the people that are in it right now. Like, this is scary, picking a job, like real world shit. It just got me thinking about if I really want to spend at least my 20s in a work climate like this. And in response to the Follow Your Dreams posters that I keep seeing on the walls of my classrooms at school, sometimes life forces you to readjust, and that's okay. Keep your dreams and your goal in mind, but don't force yourself to die following one path the entire time. Dear world, I am not giving up on my dreams. I promise, I'm just changing the way that I'm getting there. Okay, bye!